Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me for this video. So for this video, we're going to do another Miyoo Mini Plus upgrade modification, if you will. And today we're going to check out some custom buttons that you can upgrade your Miyoo Mini Plus with and give it a unique look. So the buttons that I decided to get, at least first, I plan on trying maybe a few different sets out. The first set that I chose is from the Sunny 3D store, and I got some like pastel color, like, you know, I guess they look pretty retro, so I think that's one thing that looks pretty cool. So we're gonna check those out, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart and show you how to swap your buttons out as well, and then also kind of do a review of the buttons that I got. So like I said, they're from the Sunny 3D store, and they're like a pink and purple. So this is what it came in. Little bubble wrap bag here with their own unique little logo sticker going on here. So we're going to see what we got in the package. We've got a few things in here and a nice little letter as well, so that's cool. So here's what you're going to get if you actually order some buttons from the Sunny 3D store. And so this is for the Miyoo Mini Plus. I don't think the Miyoo Mini buttons fit exactly the same. I may be wrong on that. You can correct me in the comments below if so. I'm not sure if they're interchangeable or not, but make sure if you're looking for buttons for the Mini Plus to go ahead and try to find some that specifically say Miyoo Mini Plus and don't get them confused. So these are for the Miyoo Mini Plus custom face buttons. Yeah, and they come in this nice little package here. This is kind of cool. This is like a little Miyoo Mini Plus cutout that they've got this in. So look, check that out. Oh, little D-pad fell out. That is pretty cool. So there's the actual www right there, sunny3dstore.etsy.com. So you order a set, you get the complete set. They're all smooth and they feel really good. And then you also get some alternate textured action buttons as well. And you can see their little, see if we can get this to focus and zoom. Yeah, they got like some little nubbies. They're textured and kind of look like a grip tape almost. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's kind of got a grip to it. So those are pretty cool. We'll have to try those out as well. Maybe I'll put like two of the smooth ones on there and two of the textured. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this thing off and flip it over and take some screws out, take this thing apart, and you know, put these buttons in, see how they look. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first things first, we're gonna remove the screws from the back here, and you're gonna need a small little screwdriver about that size to do that. Okay, so there's our 4 screws. Now we're gonna pop our battery out back here. You take that clip, pull it up, and you can get into your battery. I did the same thing trying to pull out the battery before. We got our screws. Okay, a couple of the screws pop out. Now we're gonna get our battery. We'll use this small little guy here. We'll be extra careful getting the clip out. There we go. Get the battery off. There we go. And then we have 2 more screws here. There. So after we get all like smudge marks on there now, now that we've got all 6 of the screws out, this one seems like it's just kind of sticking in there, but I'm pretty sure it's been unscrewed all the way. So we are going to take our finger and nail and kind of run it along the side and get some of these little clips. There's some clips on the side and on the top here, and we're going to kind of run our finger along the side there and get the shell to pop open and release. All right, so to get the rest of the clips out on this one, I've actually taken one apart before and it kind of popped off a little bit easier, but I actually just took like your typical multi-knife or multi-tool pocket knife with one of the thinner blades and just kind of ran the edge down it. It might just be because I don't have any fingernail left, but yeah, and kind of popped off the clips there. So be careful, don't pry up from the bottom and snap something. Be careful, and you got clip here, So this is the right side. You got a clip here, here, and I think you have clips on the same side on the left side, and then a clip here at the top. And that rattling is, I think, the volume button that comes loose when you take it apart. So you have your volume button, so you can see there it came out, and then you get your power button there at the top, which actually stayed on and connected to the board there, but that just slides right out. So we got our power button and our volume button. We'll set those aside for a moment. All right. And then we have 2 more screws right here on the board. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna kind of push on the front here just a little bit, kind of where the screws are, so we don't flex it too much. And we'll try to use this little tiny one because I actually feel like the screwdriver I have will be more, maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to strip those out. So yeah, kind of just give them like one good crank, because there's just little tiny screws. Unless you got the perfect size. I actually have a couple different sizes of these small screwdrivers, and none of them seem to fit it quite perfectly, or maybe they just strip a little easy. Okay, so we got those. Then here on the ribbon cable, there's a little flap, this little black thing you can see right here, so that's still part of the ribbon cable. This little black plastic thing needs to flip up. It's kind of like a little, not clamp, you know what, I could probably use this knife if I'm really careful. See, that just flips up. You can see it moving around just a little bit here. That little flap, that'll loosen up the ribbon cable so you can slide it out. And I did this before on my other, and I liked using this screwdriver to go in there. That way you're not using anything sharp against it. At least it's something round, kind of like having a small finger in there, and you can just pull it back a little bit and it'll pop out. That way you're not tearing at it from the sides or trying to grab it with tweezers or something and poke it or rip it, or yeah, God forbid you shred it somehow. Like that would be terrible. So after that, you should be pretty good and loose here, except for there is a little bit of adhesive up here where the power button is, up at the top right there. So be very careful doing that part. So we got our board off. We got everything open and accessible. Okay, so let's see, we got our buttons here. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start swapping out some buttons. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the D-pad. We're gonna pull the silicone off. All right, we see the way it went on. We'll just set it aside, and that way we can put it right back on the exact same way. We're gonna pluck that B button out, the D-pad, just like that. And we're gonna drop our new one in right there. Simple as that. Okay, and then we're gonna push our little silicone pad back on here, onto its little rings. Make sure it's all the way it came off. And then we're gonna do the same here for our action buttons. We're gonna take off our silicone ring there, and we're just going to pop these out one by one. Get them buttons out of there. 2, 3, and 4. So we got our, trying to get out of there, yellow button. All right, got our yellow button out of there. Now, we're gonna put this in. I kind of like the way it is already set up, so I'm gonna put them in just like how they are in the picture. And I don't know if I want the texture or the smooth button. The smooth button, I mean, they both feel nice. I think, I don't know, it's kind of a hard decision. We'll go ahead And as I think about it, I'm kind of like most people, I have a hard time making decisions on certain things. I'm like, I don't know, it could be cool this way, it could be cool that way. We're gonna go ahead and put our start and select. Oh, can't really see that, can you? I'm looking at it, you guys can't see it. So I pulled the first one out there, our start button. I pulled our select button out. We're gonna pop this out of here, and they just drop right in, as long as you got them facing obviously the right direction. So that one in there, and then our little menu button. I should have grabbed tweezers, but I wanted to take, I was just planning on using the Phillips head, but it might be easier to grab that little menu button out of there with tweezers, but if not, your finger pushing from the front will do. And since our menu button is blue, yeah, I think it'll look better to have purple buttons closer to it. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll try, we'll go for 2 and 2, all right? We'll go ahead and we'll do purple on top, smooth buttons, all right? Smooth buttons for our top buttons. And then just to make sure we give them full test, we'll do the textured buttons for the action. So smooth, or not for the action, but the other 2 buttons down here on the side. All right, let's see here. Now we got all of those in, and we're gonna want to put our silicone back on the way it came off. Just like that. That one being kind of a punk. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't seem, nothing needs to snap or anything. You just need to get the silicone around the little post holes here and make sure you like flatten it down. You don't want to put it back together and something was like sticking sideways or something like that. So this should be good just like that. We're on all of our little post holes there. We got our buttons here doing well. They look all right. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start getting this thing back together. Now, while I was at it, I went ahead and swapped the speaker out for the little Redmi speaker that should sound like a little bit of an upgrade and give you some more crisper tones. And some people, you know, are complaining about the distortion of some of the speakers, obviously the stock one and even some of the aftermarket ones. But I did read somewhere where some people said you can file out a little bit of where the speaker holes are here on the shell and give it a little bit more room to breathe so it doesn't vibrate and reverberate so much on the inside here. I didn't really do that, but I went ahead and still installed this little speaker upgrade here. And somebody made a comment in one of my previous videos that maybe I should have shown a little bit more of a close-up of exactly how you peel up the connector pieces. So these are the connector pieces here. Oh, I figured I'd explain that real quick. So we're gonna do that real quick to skip through if you have no interest for that. So here are the little connector pieces here, these 2 little flaps. So if you don't get a connection after doing a speaker upgrade, all you need to do is grab one of these 2 little connectors, or obviously both of them actually, and you just peel them up. You just pinch and you pull it up, a millimeter or so, a little bit, so that it's not, smushed down, and that when you put the board on, it actually makes a connection metal to metal with the board. So yes, you're just grabbing this little connector piece, pinch, and pulling up just a little bit on there. So for the person that made a comment on that previous video, if you do see this, yeah, you just need to do that. So I went ahead and, like I said, did a speaker swap out while I was right here. This is the stock speaker. That's like this little connectors on that. And I actually took the foam gasket that goes around this stock speaker as well and added it to the other gasket that's on this aftermarket speaker here, just to give it a little bit more cushion for vibration, and I think that'll help as well. So now we're gonna go ahead and reassemble this after putting our Sunny 3D upgraded buttons in here. So we're gonna put it back together the same way we took it apart, double checking. All the action buttons are there, D-pads in there, everything seems right. We've got our menu button, start and select, and we even popped in our battery upgrade, or speaker upgrade there. So I'm gonna put this back together just as it was. All right, so we're gonna start screwing this piece back together. Then we're going to take our little ribbon cable here, and it goes in just above this white plastic and right beneath this little flap here. So I'm gonna pull the flap up, grab this cable, try to get it lined up there. It seems like it kind of goes in if you just grab it from the sides there. Be careful the way you grab it, but grab it from the sides there, and then got it in there, I think, pretty good, but we're gonna give it just a little extra push. Yeah, bub. I'm in the basement here. Gotta be quiet because I'm trying to record this video real quick. All right, so we got little man joining us. I think he's woken up from his nap, chilling on the couch. All right, so we got our ribbon cable in here. You wanna say hi?
Hi.
All right, so we're putting this back. I got the new buttons in here. They're looking pretty cool, yeah. We'll check them out as I get this back together. Okay, so I've got a ribbon cable in there. It slides.
Look at this silver one.
Yeah.
Can I look at this?
Yeah, here you go. Don't let those other ones fall out there. So we got our ribbon cable back in here, and we're gonna shut it with this little flap on top, which is gonna clamp it down. Clamp that down there. Okay. And that will hold the ribbon cable there, nice and steady. And now we got our two screws in. That should be it. You can double check and give it another once over. So we're gonna get our back here, and we're going to get our volume. Make sure that the plus side is facing up. Put it just kind of slides right in there. It fits, yes, fits right in there. And then our power button too. Make sure that's facing the right way when it's actually going to be installed. So you kind of want that like upside down if you're looking at your device like this. You want the power button upside down, and then it like slides right in those slots, right in there. So ribbon cables on there, good. That should be the one thing you really gotta watch out for. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our back on. So two screws, ribbon cable back together, little flappy thing slap down, power button back up and top, volume button here on the side. And we're gonna take it, we're gonna kinda snap it a little bit. And then we're gonna grab our screws and start putting this in. There we are with the colors in there, the new buttons. How does that look? That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now, last but not least thing, we're gonna go ahead and turn it on, give it some power. And it looks like we've got our screen plugged back in, and we have power. So here we got Mortal Kombat Ultimate Trilogy. I figured this would be a good test of the buttons and feel these awesome new buttons that we got going on here, and as well to see how well the D-pad registers. I've seen from some other companies where people have complained about it needing like Dremel to fit. Certain pieces didn't, like, I don't know if they just didn't like sit right and were like getting stuck or having too much play in the buttons, but I'm not seeing any of that. Like, these seem like they're perfect, like they almost better than the stock buttons, to be honest. So we'll see how they register here in some Mortal Kombat. There we go, yeah. Yeah, so I got the grippy ones here, the textured buttons, you can see them a little bit. Those feel really good. I don't want to say it, but I almost feel like I should have put all four. The smooth feels great, and I should say just normal stock. They feel, oh, All right, Scorpion. Oh, frozen and crushed. See, that would have been impossible without the buttons. The button upgrade has increased my skills double. No, but seriously, these buttons rock, and the smooth feels great there on the D-pad, but like I said, I almost feel like I should have put all 4 textured buttons on there because they feel really good. I actually really like that. I was playing some Mega Man before I even put these in here, before I even received them. I was thinking the same thing, like, man, I do, when I start getting into a game and really get into it, my fingers do slip off. Even when I was playing Mario Kart and just the way I was playing, I was like, my fingers do slip off buttons quite a bit, especially on those stock ones that are really glossy and slick. So I honestly like the textured buttons better, and those just come as a, hey, come on. Oh, why do you have to do me like that? Nightwolf. Nightwolf's always really hard to fight against. I feel like Nightwolf and Jade are like my 2 biggest enemies in this that kick my butt. But yeah, so I think these feel really good. The D-pad seems like it's registering correctly. It seems like it's registering really well here, and yeah, all the none of the buttons are getting stuck. None of them are like loose or wobbly or seem like there's too much space in between any of them. Yeah, you can see the texture a little bit better there. But yeah, none of them seem like it seem honestly like they feel better than the stock ones. Like, I don't feel like it's just an upgrade for the color. It actually, they feel better. So this is definitely a true upgrade here. So I definitely highly recommend these, and the Sunny 3D store was super friendly. You know, shot me an email, make sure I was all taken care of, and you know, let me know when they were shipping out and stuff. So yeah, and the shipping was fast and well packaged, and yeah, I really dig it. I like it. I got another product from them that I'm going to review, which is just a lanyard, but I'm going to do just a separate video for that, and a little short video on that. So we'll check that out in another one. But yeah, so that's it for this video. These buttons rock. I would say that I was gonna plan on maybe getting some other buttons just to try some out, but I have heard some stories of other buttons having issues, needing dremeled because maybe the print was bad and there was something in the way, something that needed to be dremeled out or broken out. And then other ones where the print is actually a little bit too small and you get a lot of play in your buttons here, and like big gaps around the D-pad and stuff like that. And these, it does not seem like that at all. Like, honestly, these are like a better fit than stock and look awesome. You get your retro kind of 80s 90s look here with the purple and the teal, and they have some other colors. They got like an orange creamsicle orange toned color, and then like almost like a key lime pie green color, and there might be something else as well, like more of like a pink as opposed to this purple, like an actual true pink as well. But yeah, so if you're interested, I totally recommend these. Sunny3dstore.com on Etsy. And yeah, if you want to customize your Miyoo Mini Plus, I totally recommend it and give it that unique look. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, I'll throw a link down in the description below if you want to check those out. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. That'll help me out, and leave a comment knowing what you thought about this video. If you put any button upgrades in your Miyoo Mini or Miyoo Mini Plus and where you got them, I'd like to check out some other ones and just to see what's out there. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take it easy.